a shed update, and it's the weather's been pretty decent. It's been kind of drafty, so when I come out here, and play around, basically when I touch a model, 3 hours has gone past, and I really didn't get anything done. I need to sort. I need to put up some the newer stuff from the last shed updates, and it's just a continuous journey through the ARC. But anyway, we did get some new stuff for the ARC itself. The hobby store got my other F104. I actually got one open and one sealed, and I like to have two here in the ARC. But anyway, because you can never have enough, and I assume I remember in the show when they scrambled the jets, there was a couple of them, so you got to have two. That's just the way it is. But anyway, I've already been through it. I think it's a great kit. But adding another F104 to the ARC. There's a thrift store here in town. You basically got to check them once a week. They do get model kits, and they had this. It's a Gundam kit. It's $1.98, but there's not a Gundam kit in it. So I was ecstatic when I got this, because it actually has a Max Special, which is an old Airy kit of Macross, and it's one of their small ones, so it's nothing it's not really a big ordeal, but I think it's a cool kit. But anyway, it even had decals, and it's complete. It's just a old Airy Macross kit in a Gundam box, which that's it's always why when I buy model kits, that are open, I always open them up, check and make sure that they are the kit that it is, because I have bought kits somewhere in here that actually it is not what it is in the box, if that makes sense. But anyway, those are little treasure troves throughout the ARC. Some I've never even managed to put the correct kit back in the box. But anyway, so that was a fun. And these kits, and I don't know if I have an Airy one, but it's basically, oh come on, don't fall. It's basically that. That's one of their little small kits. And now this is when Testers reboxed it in the 80s, which, they made 98 cents. Man, big money back then, big money. But anyway, that's probably don't have it. Well, it might. Who knows? Well, now I got to look for a Aries box or a Testers box of the Max Special, so I can put it in. And Gundam box, if I find a Gundam, which I probably got that somewhere. But anyway, that was a nice $2 find. A nice little thing to add to the ARC. Then there's a little antique toy mall around here, and I got this for about $6-7, and it's an old Lindbergh dinosaur kit, which it's really no big deal. I basically bought it for the Jurassic Park box, but it just kills my soul, and you see that price tag on there if you can see it. But anyway, I bought this. I was like, surely I don't have this at all, and Lord and behold, I do have one. So now I have two Stegosauruses in the Jurassic Park Lindbergh box. So that's the way we like to roll around here. But anyway, it's I know I got a bunch of them Lindbergh kits. Those are the reissue ones. They were at a department store, and they like close out. You can see where they had clearance, and they were really cheap, and I bought them all. And so now I'm going to add the Jurassic Park one, which is this version, and then I got a few of the Revell ones that are in the green box back there. And I don't know if they, except for vinyl kits, Horizon, I know they did Jurassic Park, but I don't think I have any of those. So we'll be looking on the lookout for those. But anyway, adding a Jurassic Park Stegosaurus again to the ARC. And then I was contacted and asked if I wanted to buy a model, and I said, what is it? They showed it to me, and I was like, oh sure, I'll buy that. I thought this was unique. This is a AMT Leonardo da Vinci's movable crane. These kits were basically out in the early to mid 70s, and I honestly didn't think that these kits even existed, because you get the steam cannon, you get the self-propelled boat, and I didn't know these kits really came out, because I got one Da Vinci kit, and it was basically a new release by Academy. And that's because he made the tank, and that was, I saw that, and it was immediately I had to buy it, because, you know, it's a armored vehicle, so, you know, have tanks and spaceships, you know, it's just the way of the world. But anyway, if I get more Academy Da Vinci kits, I will, you know, get them and add them to the art. But anyway, finding this one was just kind of unique, and I've never really seen it, and plus I personally like the long box. The box is a little shot. It's got a hole in it. They said they didn't know if it was complete. I think it is. I don't think it's been touched. Box is a little shot, not too bad. But anyway, I like the long box. I think model kits personally should be. I just prefer them, like, you know, the Polar Lights, you know, figure kits, because they're basically the same size. I just think stackability, you know, I know it's everyone goes to the what's a good standard kit, round 2 kind of does it. Yeah, the 1000s are kind of pretty much boxed, but anyway that's just a unique find, I thought. Just a lot of Da Vinci's antiquities to the Ark here. Anyway, I like to have the other, where I saw the other 2 to go with it. So we'll be looking for those, so we can have a Da Vinci set for the Ark. And then I guess this is a Disney park item that you can buy at the parks. But anyway, I saw a picture of it on Twitter, and I had to have it. This is the Space Slug from The Empire Strikes Back, and it's latex, and it's basically a hand puppet, if you will. If I can get my hand in here. Come on, like so. La la la. But anyway, the detail on it is just fantastic. And to me, I mean, it's a good size. I'm pretty sure this is basically, I would say, studio scale. I think that an actual, you know, same size as the prop, and you can tell by the it was a clay sculpt, because when you do clay sculpts, you can see the little marks in the sculpt itself. But anyway, my only really complaint with the latex thing is the serial number and where it's made, but that can be popped off anyway. But I think that would make a excellent fill that thing with foam and redo the make a diorama of it, have it like so. Anyway, this is a latex, and I can't have latex in the Ark. I'd like to, but I can't because it'll dry out. So this will be a inside the house type of purchase. So we're going to pretend it's in the Ark, but it's actually going to be in the house. So that's the way that is. But anyway, that was an impulse buy there. I thought that was unique, and I'll have to go find it. I don't know where they are, but I got a little Micro Machine Millennium Falcons, so I'll have to try to dig one out to see if I can find one that's kind of, you know, not technically in scale, but one close enough. But anyway, adding a space slug to the house and in memory of the Ark. And one more thing, the caretaker of the Ark, I went ahead and basically finished him. I want to try to build one if I can. It's basically going to be 4 pieces. Basically a boxboard here that I finished. I rescanned it, reprinted it, and touched up just a tad just to make it generic. And this is my take on this. figure is basically pretty much the same like the painting. I don't do figure kits. I don't like to, don't like to do them at all. There's so many figure kits out there. I do certain ones. I do just a limited run, and I take them to shows and everything and all that. It's going to run about 20 bucks, maybe a little cheaper. We'll be in the store at, I need to be in the BradHairProductions.com in the store section. But anyway, there will be a little bit of seam work. I really didn't, it'll be basically on the feet there. It's just a little bit of resin flash. You can whack that off and no big deal. And I make all my kits, and I'll share my little secret here, is I like to make my kits customizable, whereas I like them generic. This way you can get a generic form. I know the head's specific, but you can customize it, whatever you want. That's the one true fun thing about modeling is customization, even in the figures. I always do the port plugs big because that's just the way I am. It's also one of those things to where recasting or any of that nature, it kind of deters people, and you have to really clean up. But it's not a whole lot of cleanup. I mean, basically you take a Dremel, cut it off, sand it down, glue it on. May have to use a little bit of putty or epoxy sculpt, re-sculpt it back. No big deal. It's supposed to be just a fun project. And for a generic figure with a little detail like I got there, you can customize and make your caretaker of the Ark if you so desire. But anyway, that's what I have got going on. So he'll be available very, very soon. I've got to get a couple boxes so I can start shipping a couple of them very soon. We'll be in the store very shortly. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. I will add one caretaker of the Ark kit to the Ark itself, adding the very cool space slug, adding Da Vinci's movable crane. We'll be adding another Stegosaurus from the Jurassic Park Lindbergh line, adding a Gundam, aka a Macross kit, and of course another F-104 to the Ark. So that's what I got going on today. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.